Fellow Toastmasters, the topic of this morning is mass meetings. And in all of my years of experience in various parliamentary procedure study groups, the Toastmaster Club here, it's not a topic that's came up, but yet I think it's one that's very important, because no organization would be in existence if it weren't for a mass meeting. So, having said that, how many know or think they might know what a mass meeting is? A few of you? Yeah? Okay, good. So, the thing is it might be useful to know about the details of a mass meeting, how they work, and interestingly, you might never know when they might become useful for you. For instance, you might have a neighborhood situation where a global corporation is going to build something down the block from you, and you need to organize and make something happen in regard to that, taking action. So that would be a situation where you might encounter the need for a mass meeting. The legislature is in session right now. There might be a topic that you're interested in that you want to gather people for and represent yourself at the legislature. That might be an opportunity for a mass meeting. Those are only two examples. But if you're starting a Toastmaster Club, usually we have a mass meeting. People demonstrate how a meeting operates. They elect a set of officers and get things started. So, having said that, I'd like to introduce what a mass meeting is. In parliamentary law, a mass meeting is a type of deliberative assembly, which in a publicized or selectively distributed notice known as the call of meeting has been announced as called to take appropriate action on a particular problem or toward a particular purpose stated by the meeting sponsors, and as open to everyone interested in the stated problem or purpose, or to everyone within a specified sector of the population thus interested. I think that's a key component to this, is that it's a selective distribution. Those who are invited are the ones who are the initial participants. A mass meeting is a meeting of an unorganized group. Many of you might say, well, I'm in unorganized groups all the time. There's a difference. In this instance, we're referring to something that probably doesn't have a history of previously meeting. They don't have a constitution or bylaws. They don't have an existing leadership or officer structure. So continuing, this mass meeting provides a meeting place and an orderly way to bring people of the same interests and concerns together for the purpose of forming an organization or solving a community problem. Because a mass meeting has no written rules regarding meeting conduct, some basic parliamentary principles govern it. The individuals sponsoring the meeting have the right to restrict the discussion and the proposals to the purpose that they have announced. Those attending have the right to determine the action taken by making motions, debating, and voting on proposals. The sponsors have the right to keep out of the meeting anyone who is opposed to the purpose or would try to subvert the purpose. After all, the organizers have invested their own time and expense in calling the meeting. Calling a mass meeting. Those who want to have a mass meeting have a variety of ways that they can notify those interested, such as via telephone, in person, by mass mailer, email, media announcements, or posters. The call to a meeting should state the purpose of the meeting, the date, time, and place, and who is invited to attend, so they can synchronize and be on the same page. For example, the meeting may be for residents of a certain neighborhood, registered voters, or those interested in a certain issue. Preparing for a mass meeting. Like other meetings, a mass meeting must have structure. The people calling the meeting need to prepare an agenda and decide who is going to call the meeting to order, who they want to nominate as a temporary chairman and secretary, who will explain the purpose of the meeting, and what the sponsors want to accomplish, and finally, by which rules they will abide. Conducting a mass meeting. Although a mass meeting has no governing documents to provide structure, the basic parliamentary rules of conducting a meeting apply. In Robert's Rules of Order, newly revised, specific rules are given for conducting a mass meeting. So this would be handy to have and agree to. The following rules are for the first mass meeting that a group calls. If a series of mass meetings is held, I would definitely want to